proud of them.
Wow. I mean, it sounds like just getting, we're just touching the tip of the iceberg of your story, and there's so much more in it. But I want to also move to how you've taken this experience and are really working to help others. And you created a website called addictionlessons.com. And you've taken this experience, because we've talked earlier about this before you came on, but you've taken this experience and put it into that process. And let's hear about that, because I think that's an amazing story too, and just more hope.
Yeah. So it turns out that it was a little over a year ago that I was working as a full-time volunteer at a national nonprofit called Shatterproof, and I was responsible for education. And one of the marketing people said, "We want personal stories. We want people to write blogs." So I went to the library and I started to write a story. And then I realized that as a parent, I was in a very unique and privileged position insofar as in this journey, I've had all this experience with my son, personal experience, which is important. I spent a year and I went to Harvard University and I studied psychopharmacology, neuroscience, and public health around addiction. I spent 4 years at Shatterproof building educational materials. I still volunteer and it keeps it fresh with Northwell, working with families. And so doing all these things, it's like, no, you got to do more. You can't just write like 500 words. You have to write down all the things that you think people need as parents. And so that's what I did. I started writing it down and I was informed by my experience and what I was missing. But every week when I would go to these meetings, I would see these families come into Northwell and I'd see the same things: no hope, head spinning, no idea what kinds of tools they could use in the household to change what's happening with the sickest person running the household. And so I started to write down stories, and it ended up being 12. And the 12 stories, the first five are really science, and hope and things like that, which includes the stages of change. So